The screaming started before the sky changed color. By the time the clouds folded inward like wet paper, everyone already knew we were being watched. I was in the radio tower when the hum began. A low vibration crept through the steel floor and into my bones, steady and patient, like a breath held by something enormous. The monitors flickered, not with static, but with shapes that did not belong to any known signal. They moved like silhouettes pressed against glass, slow and deliberate. At first, the government said it was a solar anomaly. Then they said it was a weather phenomenon. Then all broadcasts stopped except one repeating message telling us to remain calm. The message played on a loop for 6 hours. No one sounded calm. The sky over the city turned the color of bruised fruit. Birds dropped from the air without a sound. Dogs whimpered and hid beneath porches, refusing to come out even when their owners screamed their names. The hum grew louder, syncing with the rhythm of my heart until I could not tell which one was beating. I tried to leave the tower, but the door would not open. The metal frame had warped inward, sealed by heat I could feel through my gloves. Side the narrow windows, lights across the city went out in waves, block by block, as if something massive was passing overhead and drinking them in. Then the harvest began. People froze mid-step. Cars slammed into walls as drivers slumped forward, eyes wide and empty. From above, thin beams of pale light descended, not burning, not cutting, but pulling. Bodies lifted gently, arms dangling, mouths open in silent terror. Screams followed. Sound itself seemed afraid to exist. The radio crackled back to life on its own. A voice came through, layered and echoing, as if many throats spoke in perfect unison. Earth was ripe. Images flooded the screens. Other worlds, the skies tearing open the same way ours had. Forests stripped bare in seconds. Oceans boiling into steam. Cities emptied, leaving behind only dust and metal bones. I understood then, this was not invasion. This was routine. This was not the first harvest. The beams reached the tower. The hum sharpened into a piercing tone that made my teeth ache. I collapsed to my knees as something pressed against my thoughts. Memories spilled out of me like blood. My childhood home. My mother's face. The first time I heard my own voice echo through a microphone. All of it pulled away, cataloged, consumed. I screamed, but the sound never reached my ears. The screens changed again. A figure appeared, tall, skin like dark glass, reflecting stars that did not exist. Its eyes were endless voids that swallowed meaning itself. When it spoke, it did not use words, it used understanding. You are not singular. You are a crop. I felt hands inside my mind, sorting through emotions like fruit, discarding what it did not want. Fear was valuable. Hope was useless. Love was nourishment. Outside, the city was gone. The beams withdrew, leaving silence so complete it felt heavy. The sky sealed itself shut, returning to blue that looked painted on and fake. Buildings stood empty. Streets were clean, too clean. No bodies, no blood. No signs of struggle, only abandoned shoes and stopped clocks. The tower door opened. I stumbled outside into a world that felt wrong. Wind moved, but it carried no scent. The sun shone, but gave no warmth. I shouted, my voice echoing through streets that no longer belonged to humanity. Then the radio on my belt activated. A new message played. Not for me, through me, paired the soil. Signal when ripe. I realized then why I was left behind. I was not a survivor. I was a seed. That night, when the stars rearranged themselves into patterns that hurt to look at, I opened my mouth and spoke in a voice that was no longer mine. Somewhere far beyond the sky, something vast listened and smiled without lips. Earth was not the first harvest. it would not be the last. If you enjoy the story, please like and subscribe. Thanks for listening.